the code, well, compare the code, compare the form.
Well, you've got a terrible problem right now. For example, to a partial extent, Mims is right, not entirely, but the Joint Tax Committee put out a report about a week or 10 days ago, 3-volume report on how we could simplify the tax law. Yet the administration, when it sent its tax cut package to the Congress, used all the revenue for tax cuts, whereas any number of the changes that would simplify the law so that the average taxpayer could begin to understand it, each of those requires some revenue to straighten out the issues. So we've, on the one hand, given everybody a promise of a big cut. It hasn't come yet, but the promise of a big cut. And yet, to simplify the law and for example, get rid of the alternative minimum tax and a variety of other cutoff points that are very confusing, both to the taxpayer and to the tax employee. We don't have the revenue.
This is more double talk. It doesn't make any sense. I couldn't understand the word that he said, and I don't think most of America could understand him. The code, if you're going to have one, ought to be written by high school math and English teachers. It makes no sense. You have 2 Congress people or 2 senators that will create 2 different tax loopholes that contradict each other, and they'll both get written into law. Then you'll have the bureaucrats enforcing them with an Internal Revenue Manual that the GAO says is written incorrectly. And then you'll have these people trying to get jobs when they leave there to sell influence after they leave the Internal Revenue Service. You get scandals like we have right now with the current commissioner.
Mr. Cohen, you don't have any scandals with the current commissioner.
Yes, you do. The current commissioner, well, he hired 2 people from 2 state income tax heads and put them with Internal Revenue Service, and the company that he still owns the stock with got the business from those 2 states. That's a scandal.
I haven't seen a report on that. Neither of you.
That was in the magazine sponsored by Continental Airlines. I saw that when I was in the airlines coming in from Boston recently after the